Ashe. I'm going to be taking the discussion for today. Today we're going to be talking about online learning and the implications that it has on our mental health. So we're just going to start with some introductions. We can start with our practitioner today, Clement.
Hello, yes, my name is Clement Nunzi, and I'm an occupational therapist and a lecturer at the University of Zimbabwe, studying for a PhD with the University of Cape Town.
Hey guys, my name is Ukiraga.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Kira. I'm currently in upper six, so my last year of University of High School.
Hey guys, my name is Inzwi. I'm currently in upper six at St. John's College, final year, obviously, so yeah.
Okay, so with the whole coronavirus in the background and like with social stuff happening like racism and all of that, how are you guys dealing with maintaining school and just keeping motivated to do your schoolwork and that kind of stuff?
Can I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I think it's definitely a 180 turn, if I'm being honest. It was very hard at first because of like looking at a laptop the whole day. That definitely can ruin your mentality completely, but I think it's creating a routine that really helped me. So I have like a set routine for like almost like my school routine. So what I would do during the term when I was going to school, I kind of recreated it, but being at home, obviously. And I take a lot of breaks going outside during classes, not during classes, but like when I have my fees and stuff, to just get my brain, my eyes off of the screen for a break, which helps.
And so what have you been doing?
For me personally, at first it happened so fast really, and we really had to like transition into that like online schooling and like get a routine early, because if you didn't really get that routine early, you're really going to struggle to keep focused and all that. So for me, basically, at first it was negative, and to do with all the outside stuff that's going on and like the uncertainty, it was just like very, very negative on me. But when I started getting into a routine and like finding ways to keep positive and keep myself working, I really found that I found myself being more productive than before, when everything felt like it was just falling apart really.
Okay, that's really helpful. Is Tabo, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what have you been doing to just keep yourself motivated during like this whole online schooling and just trying to keep yourself focused and motivated?
Well, I've been trying to like just think about the end goal, that there's exams and stuff like that. It really does become a bit difficult, because I think for a person like me, I draw most of my motivation from like actually physically being at school, competing with others. That's who I am. That's the person. So when it's like this, it's kind of tough, because it's like I really don't feel that same competition anymore. But then I guess it's just about thinking about, okay, in the end, I still want to pass. I still want to do good. So I think that's what's kind of keeping me active at the moment.
Okay, thank you. So there's the whole issue of applying for university that we are dealing with right now. Do you guys have any anxiety or overwhelm kind of thing? Because we could potentially not physically go to university. How are you guys handling that?
Yeah, there's like so much, I have so much anxiety from it, because like I think even just the fact that like there's a chance you're not even going to write exams, like generally that is what scares me, because I like know like some universities use your final grades, and that's what like, okay, so what now? What if my final grades are my predicted grades? If that makes sense. Like, and for someone like me, I tend to have a habit of doing really badly in mocks and then doing well at the end of the end of the year, and doing really well at the end of the year. So it's like, okay, so with mocks, like what do I do? Like that creates anxiety, but it's also the stress. Like I don't know how I would handle doing online university, because I can barely handle doing online school, and yet I know my classmates. But I don't see how I would be able to handle online university if I didn't know who I'm with, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Tabo?
Well, yeah, I'm anxious because then the degree I'm applying for, you need to have like a portfolio, you need to draw and stuff. So like it's been tough because I had gone to SA, I recently came back. So that's like the lockdown was actually proper and it was like really serious. So getting my equipment to draw and stuff was pretty difficult. So I only got it like in May. And then by the time I got it, you had school coming in. And when that happens is you now need to balance and trying to balance, it becomes so difficult. And it's yeah, you get anxious because there's due dates and then you need marks. You don't know, oh, am I gonna write? Not, and yeah, it gets really stressful. So sometimes you get so stressed to the point you're like, you know what, let me just put everything down and just sit and solve because it gets so difficult. But then yeah, I guess you just gotta keep taking each day as it comes. I guess I think that's what works. You just try what you can, and then if it doesn't work out, you can still try. It's not over.
Lindsay?
I actually agree with a lot of what both Kira and Tabo said. Like, there's so much pressure on us at the moment because we don't know if we're going to write end of year exams. And for me as well, like mocks, I rarely do well. It's always the end of year exam where it actually comes out for me. So like having that pressure that you have to do well in your mocks is just like stressful. And with online learning, it's not always productive. And it's just like you have to be physically there with your teacher, like working through the things. Like it's not as productive, I feel. And it's a lot of you learning by yourself, and that like self-discipline and all that, learning by yourself. But like you also need your teacher right there, like helping you out physically right there, because they can show you something on the board in an online class, but you'll be clueless to what they're talking about. And with like applications and stuff, then just if you prepare all your information and just like take it a day at a time and just make sure you're looking at your deadlines and all that and just get all your information that you need, I think you'll be more calm and you'll be handling one side of the stress, which is like the mock exams and all that. I think just get all your other information that you need for your applications, then like take care of your mocks and all that. That's what I think about like applications. So they have been stressful and like I'm very anxious because of like predictions and I have to do well in mocks, but I've gotten like all my other information. So I found myself being less anxious than I would have been if I had other stresses.
Yeah, like just to add on to like what Inzi's saying, is like it's definitely online school is definitely hard now, because even like A level we're kind of told is learning by yourself mostly, but then like online school makes it harder than necessary. But then like what Inzi said is like having a plan, having all your information ready for applications, that definitely helped me when I was doing my applications for like Stellenbosch University or wherever, or my other universities in South Africa as well. And also I wrote down what I did, which might help, is I have like a literal calendar, or I print, you can always print one out online. And on the calendar I wrote down the due dates. I wrote them down, so I knew, okay, it's coming up. And then like from there, and I would always add in, even for like school as well, I would always have to add in my due dates for like assignments and stuff, even though it's physically on my laptop. But it made sense for me. I remembered more when I wrote it down on the physical calendar I had in front of me, which helps.
Clement, how would you advise, like, mainly looking at the exam candidates, how to keep motivated to just keep on going? Because these are really crucial examinations from Form 4 to going to Upper 6, because these do determine a lot for us. What would you suggest we do?
Okay, thank you so much, Washa, and thank you guys for sharing your insights. So my advice would be to come into a realization that these are extraordinary times and they need extraordinary measures for us to pull through. So if we move away from that thought of there is another way and see that online learning is the way at the moment, that can also help us pool our resources together and make sure that we maximize with the avenue that is provided. The other thing that I would like to acknowledge is, for sure, online learning has its own pressures. Even research shows that when you are doing online learning at university level, it's a high rate of dropout because it's very difficult to support people mentally with their mental health and other health needs when they are away from campus. So that's the reality that these guys need to understand also. They can also help alleviate the pressures by creating communities of support amongst themselves. So that you don't feel so much isolated and doing these things on your own. Network online with friends and share insights and share study and writing space together. You can block a Zoom call 2 hours and say, guys, we are going to be online studying. And you feel the SN mode when you have colleagues around you, even if they are working with you online. Other bit of it is you need to create routine that mimics what you were doing before the COVID situation. So we were there, waking up early, bathing, going to school, going to class. You need to create a sequence like that, even if you are at home. When you think you have so much time in your hands, you are likely to end up not being able to account what you have done through the day. So a routine guided by a timetable can also help you navigate that. I like one of the guys who shared that the goal or the end item keeps them going, that I need good grades. So although everything else is happening around you, if you are focused on the end, you invest so much in making sure that you achieve that which you are targeting. Then create support structures around you from the family side and also from the school side. I know I am in tertiary education. Most of the students don't like to ask and inquire on the go. But what you need to maximize on now is to make sure that you are always in touch with your instructors, with your tutors, so that you get the feedback on the go. Don't wait until it's too late for you to ask about concepts that you are not understanding. So keep close contact with your instructors and make sure that you maximize every time you get when you interface with them. Then the other part of it is make sure that you take care of yourself. Get enough sleep. People have this tendency of being online but not being productive. When you are not productive and online, it's also good to take rest. So structure your day so that you have all those pieces catered for. Be productive, the learning education part of it. Go and take some time to rest. Remember to sleep, eat well, and socialize. Don't put yourself so much under pressure to the extent that you are failing now to look after yourself, because you need to be in the right mindset, health mentality, in order for you to be effective and productive.
Thank you so much, Clement. Do you guys have any questions for Clement today?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go for it.
But for most of us, we actually don't even know when our mock exams are because of like dates always changing and all that. Like with that type of uncertainty, even though there is that like end goal like element to it, but like how do you deal with like becoming demotivated and not, because usually for a student, if you know that okay, my mocks are in a month, that's more motivating than not knowing they could be in like 2 months or like a month. So how do you stay motivated during like uncertainty like that?
Yeah, thank you so much. That's a very good question that I also find myself also struggling with. How do you structure your mind if you are waiting for something and there's a lot of uncertainty on when that is going to happen? But how do you keep yourself motivated in such times? You fall back on your skills set that you know you are good at. When you see your mind wandering and being stressed about things that you cannot change, fall for the low-hanging fruit of what you are good at, and then divert your mind so that you re-energize by doing things that you know you are good at and you have control over. You don't have control over when the marks are going to come. So continuing to worry about when and how they are going to come is not going to change anything. You need to reach for those things that are within your reach that you can control over. Go for that hobby that you can do inside doors. When you are successful in doing something, that's where our energies and our motivation comes to be reignited and redriven. So we need that part of, you know, focusing on the things that you are good at and that will keep you going. And then the other thing that you also need to do is stop blaming yourself on things that are not within your control. So most of us will worry, so what is going to happen and things like that. But we don't have control over the situation that is prevailing about us. Other people have even gone to the extent of learning new skills so that they can account for the time they are waiting for something. So that when that outcome eventually comes, you have something to point to and say, during my waiting time for these marks, I managed to do 1, 2, 3, and I'm so good at it now. Okay? Some of the guys who even need to learn doing house chores at home, perfect a skill of how to reorder a house. When you look back at it, you are so motivated that, oh, nice look, to freshen up. Go into new study spaces. When you go into a new study space, you are reigniting the inner person and you are facing the new world with new eyes. And that's how you recalculate your energies and your motivation and you look forward tomorrow. My underlying advice is don't worry and stress about things that you don't have control over. Instead, redirect the energies on things that you have control over, and that will boost your energy, even in those things that were starting to diminish.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. You said earlier that a good way for us to stay motivated or keep each other going is by creating a community with each other. What's your advice for like reaching out to people? Like, what's the best way to reach out to someone?
Yeah, so thank you for that question. And the best way in these times is to consider what else is there that limits reaching out to other people. So the first thing that we are going to do is we reach out to those who are within our family setups. So when we are creating these communities of support, we start with the people we are even staying with. You would be surprised to see that there are people who stay together, but they never created that community space of sharing insights, of working together, of socializing together, playing together. So we start with the people who are so much physically available to associate with us. Then we can go the other step of community of association by my classmates. So we can even reach out to my classmates. Then we can reach out to my friends. We have communities at church. We can reach out to communities at church. Then we have mentors in our lives, people who have walked this journey before us. Those are people whom we can target because they have those experiential knowledge of how to navigate the field and the journey. So we reach out also to those people. So that's how you create these communities. You look inside you, check for the resources that you are in need of, look outside and check where those resources are found, and then you take the initiative, bring those people together and support you.
Are we all good at Tabo? Do you have a question?
I think I just wanted to add on to what Angie was talking about. I think what we face sometimes is that there's this pressure to like study and all that. And then I think one piece of advice that I give to people is that like supplement your studying with something else. Like what I did for my IGCSEs, for my O levels. For history, I wouldn't always like read the textbook. I watch a show on something similar, read something else that is related to it. So, like, I think something about what Mr. Clement said about study spaces, try and just explore and see what you can do different. Because then sometimes doing the same thing all the time, it really hurts our minds. Because it gets to a point where you just get really bored of it, and you can really kill your motivation. Even if you tell yourself, in the end, I want to pass. If that motivation is lacking, it everything else just falls apart. So that's all I really just wanted to say for now.
Awesome. Thank you, Tavo. That was very helpful. And I think we've come to the end of our Zoom discussion. Thank you all for joining me today. And thank you for all your input. Thank you very much, Mr. Clement, for joining us and giving us helpful advice. Thank you guys for just being here and just giving us a perspective of what you're going through.
And Tuashe, so sorry, as we conclude, my last words would be to say, for the learners, they need to understand that learning happens through all sensory modalities. So don't strain one of the senses. Go for reading, see. Go for talking about it. So say, you can smell it when you go into the experimental world and listen to it. You know, let some people tell you about what we are studying. And you can also touch it. Experiment about the practical aspects of your learning material. The basic learning principle there is all sensory systems should assist you in your learning journey. When you diversify along the sensory system, you keep up the motivation and the engagement. So I wish you all the best, guys, and hope to see some of you at uni.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.